somebody said to me earlier, and I just listened to them and let them explain it because I was like, wow, nobody knows this. Nobody pays attention. And I was like, I feel like I'm the only human in the world that gets this. And then somebody explained to me last week, and I didn't interrupt, I didn't interject, I didn't share my opinion until they were fully done, because it's almost word for word the way that I think about it. It's like there's like a level of wealthy that, what poor people think is wealthy is like a guy in a suit, right? But a lot of guys that have to wear a suit, they don't want to wear a suit. Most, I would say most means more than half. More than half of people that like, if you're wearing a suit, then you're an employee somewhere, in most cases. And a lot of those people would prefer to, if you had enough money, would you still wear that suit? And I've had situations where, I don't want to say the exact context out of respect, but I had situations where I have, business people meeting with me. They come into my hotel room, men that are older than me, that are smarter than me in some areas, that are very intelligent people, and they're coming to me to be advisors. And I'm wearing gym clothes, and they're wearing suits, and they're calling me sir or things like this. Like I don't need to be sir, but that's a very clear thing. A woman understands what that means, and other men understand what that means. So, the guy that's best dressed in the room isn't necessarily the guy that's has the most resources in that room. And so there's a level of wealth that, the poverty people think is like, oh, that guy's an attorney, or they don't even know poor people don't know what an investment banker is or what a consultant is really in the professional sense, how you would think of it. But they think, oh, that's an attorney, like, or one of them fancy business guys. He got his suit, like those guys are rich. It's like, no, those guys are making car payments on like a mid-level Mercedes or a 5 Series BMW. So they're not poor, but they're not rich. And like, then there's a different level of rich where like, it's like business casual and, in a $20,000 Rolex. Right? And then there's a different level of rich, or maybe we'll skip some steps or something that's, kind of how I am. A guy like Zuckerberg, he don't wear any jewelry, or wear some cheap ass jewelry. So somebody like him is such a level of wealth that his face is recognizable. His face is the brand name that's more valuable than any watch or bracelet or trinket. It's a higher level status symbol to wear, a $40 watch or no watch at all than it is to wear, $100,000 or $400,000 watch. You follow? Yeah. And, women understand that perfectly well. And some guys do, but women understand that very well. And like, if I had to paint a picture of about the highest status appearance that, for my current level of net worth or resources, about the highest status look I could possibly have in a VIP type environment, in a place where normal people are not allowed to be, would be for me to dress about like exactly how I am right now. That's what I wear. And then have a younger woman with me who is very well dressed, impeccably dressed, and me looking about exactly how I look right now. We could argue about, fancier jewelry or more casual jewelry, fancier watch or more casual watch. This is very casual. There's not even a diamond on here. Not even a diamond. I'm being conservative. Not a single diamond on this watch. Does that make sense? So that other people understand that, like when you're in that type of environment, if I looked exactly the same way, but I went to like a random bar in Denver, then people would just think you're a bum, like that old bum. It's like literally that's the exact attire that, like, if you went to a random bar in a rural place, there'd just be like, the door guy would have to think, do I let this guy in? Dude, I was in London. in November. And one of the clients is with me. We go to, we're at Harrods. You guys know what Harrods is in London? We go to Harrods, all right? We walk through Harrods. There's a Rolex store. Stop in the Rolex store because he wants to. And there's like a two-tone date just and blah, blah, blah. And they say this of like, it's like, oh, it's not for sale. We just have a few for display and we'll put you on a wait list. How long is the wait list? Oh, we don't know. It might be a couple months. It might be a couple of years. Nobody knows, et cetera, et cetera. This is what they say to people, okay? And then I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, this is why I never buy a watch from Rolex. You go to 47th Street in New York, and they make me anything that I want, and 100% authentic parts, 100% everything authentic, and I could have it right now. And if I wanted something customized, I had one with a meteorite put on it. I have a white gold President, same watch as this, but white gold. It's a meteorite. It's a space rock put on the. If I wanted to, I say it as a joke, but maybe it's not even a joke. If I wanted them to make a dial out of my enemy's skull, they would make a dial out of my enemy's skull. They'd make me whatever I want. But I said that to the, at Harrods, to the Rolex guy, and I was laughing about it. And then a second guy comes over and he's like, are you interested in purchasing the watch, sir? And then I understand what's happening, and I'm like, yeah. And I already know how this is how the system is there. Is the first guy doesn't know who I am, and his coworker does. And his coworker comes over and he says something to the other guy. He's like, we should ask the manager, blah blah blah. And he kind of sends that guy to go off. And I said, look, I said, I just want to make this point to my friend. And I grabbed my phone and I said, on my Instagram. He's like, no, I know who you are. He said, I watch your videos actually. I said, what is your interest in my videos? He's like, actually, I'm very interested in making money, and I train jiu-jitsu, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, now you can have the watch. The guy comes back a minute later, and now it's like, now you can buy it immediately, no problem. So it's a different world. I really encourage you guys. I said this shit yesterday, and maybe it's a good place to close today. It's like, and I said I'd ask you again today. It's like, would you like me to do a couple-day deep dive on that type of topic of like, how do we go create those social infrastructures so you are in the right VIP room, so you do have the right social media assets, traditional media assets if you want them, whatever the you want, that when you go to the Rolex store, they're like, no problem, sir. Let me just mention to the manager, who's here today, sir. So everything is a whole different universe, guys. It's a whole different universe of like what normal people think is going on. We even talked about this recently of like a normal person's perception of reality versus like how things really happen in higher end circles is like the girls don't even know what this is. They know what this is. The girls see diamond encrusted Cartier, pave Cartier, are like, oh, and they know that cost 4 or 5 times as much as the gold one. The girls know that. The girls don't even know what this is, but the men know what these are. Men know watches. So this hand is an indicator to men that they're supposed to do what I ask them to do when I'm out in public, and this hand is an indicator to women that they're supposed to do what I want them to do when I'm out in public. And the women understand when they see a man deferring, when a man compliments your watch, the women understand that as like, oh, that man's deferring to my man. I don't know what that watch is, but I know what that is. And I know that guy is assuming a lower status position to come speak to the man that's with me, in hopes of, he's is like a wolf that lays on his back and puts his tummy up. He's like, hey, I'm not your rival, but can I be part of the pack? I'm not trying to be the alpha wolf here. I'm not trying to challenge you, but can I be part of the pack? I recognize you're a healthy wolf. You got good shit going on. Looks like a healthy wolf pack. Can I play with you guys? Can I be part? You understand I think you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like, and then the other things of having like ridiculous hair or something, and sometimes I intentionally like my hair up before I go on a video, like before I film an ad or something. Sometimes I intentionally my hair up and make it like as Einstein as I can, you know, literally, because I know the haters are going to talk. So depending on what I'm filming, sometimes I intentionally make my hair more up. So they can say, this guy, you know, he used a lawnmower to cut his hair. He's got it, that car is leased. Sometimes they say it's AI. Car, you know, that shit's not even real. That shit's AI. Blah blah blah. Who's been there and who's been there and seen the cars? All right, there you go. Is it AI? All the things that we're talking about are intertwined. Like you can't. If I tie together some pieces from, you know, Jay will say something like, you know, you if you're going to be the heel, you got to stay on character, and eventually they'll love you, you know, which is kind of what I've done with this whole brand, you know, with the public is like, you know, fake, fraud, liar, this and that. And like, bank account doesn't, yeah. But most importantly, the bank doesn't think so. The Rolls-Royce dealership doesn't think so, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So like, yeah, I don't even know where to start. There's 100 things I want to say, but like, you couldn't go build those things. You can't fake that. It's like, it's so undeniable. It's like, it can't be. How do you bring guests like this? So yeah, be mindful of. It's going to take you 5 or 10 or 15 years to go build all that. But it literally might be life or death. The social network you have in 5 years, 10 years, is going to be the difference of like you're locked in a room with your VR goggles and some crickets, you know, or you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.